Hey guys, this is vlog number 3, and this one I'm going to be covering a little bit about the National Guard weekend that I just now got back from a few minutes ago. I just now went and saw Mom working and kind of surprised her a little bit. Showed up at her workplace and she got a little bit of a surprise seeing me. So this is real fresh in my mind. I'm extremely tired. I've been up since 4 o'clock today and 4 o'clock yesterday. So still kicking, I'm still going. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do bits and pieces of this, and you'll kind of see, like, I want to talk about kind of what started my interest in National Guard and then get into how this past weekend went. So I started thinking about doing the military in probably the ninth grade. I've always been a fan of, like, the military. I know whenever I was a little bit younger, like 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, around there, I was real interested in, like, medieval, like, swords and everything else. That kind of sparked my interest in military wise. I always had a water gun, a Nerf gun, everything like that, and I just enjoyed it so much. And so in ninth grade, I started ROTC, and I did that my ninth grade year and half of my 10th grade year, and I just got out of it. And I didn't really care for it too much, and so now, uh, back in 2007, I finally got involved with a sport that it's a sport and a hobby that I like to play. It's airsoft. So I got this little clip from where I played 2 weeks ago. I was going to include another vlog, one before this one, but I never did get around to it because it just wouldn't have been that good, and plus it's kind of short. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that, about what I do on the airsoft, and then how that kind of helped me make my decision. So, all right. So this was me a few weeks ago at playing airsoft, and basically, like I said, I've been playing it since 2007, and basically what it is it's a military simulation type thing, and to where I get to dress up kind of like the military and shoot plastic BBs at people, and I've been doing that ever since, going on 5 years now, and it's what I love to do in my free time, and I've greatly enjoyed doing it. So yeah, this is what I do, and I've been, like, I enjoy it so much, and I think that kind of really did help me develop and choose, going into the military, and also researching the educational benefits of it, and so yeah, and next I'm gonna start talking about National Guard training and how it went this weekend. So I must say I was a little bit over prepared for this weekend. I kind of got too much stuff ready. I got all my uniform equipment while I was there, and I was not expecting to get it. So that was a big difference. So I was able to wear it all weekend, and it's crazy because I wasn't expecting to get it, and I mean I'm happy to wear it. I think I look pretty good in it. But so it started out. We left from USC Upstate here in Spartanburg, and we went down to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Well, I will actually be going to basic training in May, May 21st. So that's gonna be my home base while I'm at basic this summer. So it's kind of cool to see a part of it that I hadn't seen before. And so we drove all the way down there, and quickly got into our bunks and everything else, and just kind of did a few small stuff that day. Not really too much, but it's Saturday that really kicked my butt. We went to bed that night, probably about 11 o'clock. It took me a little bit to get to sleep, but I finally got to sleep. And next thing I know, 4 o'clock hits, and I don't know how I did it, but I did. I was sleeping inside my sleeping bag. Next thing I know is I hear, "On your feet," by the drill sergeant. And oh, God, I cannot believe how fast I got up. I hopped out of bed as quick as I could. And you got to get up so fast, and you got to stand at right beside your bed in the position of parade arrest, which parade arrest is just where you stand up, you have your hands behind your back like that, and you look straight forward, and you do not move your eyes or anything else. So that 4 o'clock in the morning, I was in my bed sleeping, and 5 seconds later, I was standing beside my bed at parade arrest. So I had a little bit of time to get ready and get our stuff together, and right after that we went to the PFT, which is a physical fitness test. And we did a 1-1-1, which normally you do a 2-2-2, which is 2 minutes of sit-ups, 2 minutes of push-ups, and a 2-mile run. But instead we did a 1-1-1, which is 1 minute of push-ups, 1 minute of sit-ups, and a 1-mile run. So it's kind of cut in half, and you kind of see where you're at there. And I did surprisingly well. I did 49 push-ups in 1 minute and 49 sit-ups in 1 minute, which is really good. And considering I think you need 42 push-ups to graduate basic, so I'm right on task where I need to be. And my 1-mile run was 8:16. It was a 1-mile track, so I didn't have to lap twice or anything else. I did pretty good on it. My cardio is where I'm very weak because I've been doing a lot of muscle training the past year. And so that went interesting because in the final stretch, probably a tenth of a mile, right to the finish line, I just did a complete dead sprint, and I kind of regretted doing that. I got a good time because of it, but I was so out of breath, and I was afraid of heat exhaustion. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, so it wasn't really that hot, and that kind of kept my temperature down a little bit, but it worked out really well. And so I was decent. I was very surprised at that. And so yeah, that went really well. And that gets you tired from that point on to the rest of the day, and the day has barely even started. The sun hasn't even came up yet. Basically, we did a few drill movements. Went back to our barracks, and just kind of got ready. Anything like taking a shower and brushing your teeth, shaving, especially shaving. And so after that, since it was my first drill, I have something called a red phase, which means they call it death by PowerPoint. And basically what it was is I sat in this classroom for 7 hours, and we just basically watched PowerPoints and little videos about different stuff. It was the most boring and most longest thing in the world. My favorite part was lunchtime that day, even though we got MREs, which MREs are meals ready to eat, and they are not that good, but they have a lot of calories in them, about 1,300 calories per bag of MREs, and so yeah, and it's very nutritious. Has different types of everything you need, vitamins and other stuff to keep you moving, keep you going, and got breaks like every hour. We had to make sure we drank a bottle of water, like at least a bottle of water every hour, which is like a quart. So we were well hydrated then. We left there. Got back to our barracks, and I think I'm having a hard time remembering. Oh man, I'm tired. But so I got back to the barracks and went to go eat, and that was interesting because trying to feed 700 people that were down there at one time, that's kind of difficult. So that took forever. And the way you had to wait to eat is you had to do everything like you would march and drill and everything else. And it was rough. But it probably took me, I had to wait in line about 30 minutes just to get to my food. And whenever we got to the food, it was a jambalaya of pork and shrimp and rice and green beans. And so a decent meal, but not really one I'd like to eat. But it worked. I ate it really fast whenever I probably shouldn't have. I had a little bit more time than I thought. So went back to the barracks, just hung around the rest of the night. And that was about 8 o'clock. And I passed out in my bunk about 8:30. Lights out are at 10, so started sleeping around 8:30, woke up a little bit, and, just kind of moved around and went back to bed. And I was completely passed out at 9:30. And I slept all the way till then, until 4 o'clock again. Whenever the drill sergeant came in and said, "On your feet!" Oh my God. And you don't want to get up after that second day after having a long day yesterday. And so we woke up and got in formation outside, 4 o'clock in the morning. And went and ate breakfast. And breakfast, I was towards the end of my company's line, and so I sat down. I just finished my banana. I was about to start on the eggs and sausage and grits and my yogurt, and as soon as I was about to start eating that, they said, "Alpha Company, move out." I was like, "Ah!" So I set myself a time limit in my mind. I was like 2 minutes, because so I started shoveling down food, make sure I got it in my system, and quickly got it in, and so took my plate to the trash, threw it away, went out there, got in formation again, and so we went back to the barracks, cleaned up everything else, and hopped on the bus, and we rode over to where we had an award ceremony for like how everybody did and everything else. Because I was red phase, or it was my first time, I was not able to participate in some of the stuff that some of the people that have been there a while had, and like they did a 6-mile ruck march, which is 6 miles with a 30-pound ruck on your back. I was not able to do that since I was not there, and a lot of people had really bad blisters on their feet, but I was pretty lucky. My shoes are they're tight right now, and so I kind of got a little blister just from walking around in them. So, but eventually they'll stretch out and that'll go really well. And so after that, we just hopped on the bus, got back home, and no problem. Everyone slept on the way home, and that's about it. And I'll leave you with my last video that I took there on the bus, and you'll kind of see just how tired everybody is, and just how long of a day we had. But overall, it was fun, and I got 2 more before I go to basics. So that's about it. So I'll leave you with this last video. Alright, so this is what happens on the National Guard drill weekend, where everybody gets tired as heck. So yeah, if you can kind of look up front, you got some people passed out, and then you take a look behind. Look at that. Everybody's passed out. Too much hoo-ah. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Yeah, too much hoo-ah. Ain't that right? Oh yeah. So yeah.